That's what you're arguing if you're arguing the minimum wage should be raised. Because you know what? There's a bunch of people. Let's say this, right? Keith Knight said this in a perfect way when he was on the show last week, 2 weeks ago, whatever it was, where he goes, there'll be economists who talk sometimes about the bottom 20% in America, and they'll say things like Paul Krugman will be like, the bottom 20% in 1980 had this, and the bottom 20% today still only have this. But the flaw in that is that they're pretending that it's the same people. You know what I mean? Like they're going like, oh, the bottom 20% have that, but then now today the bottom 20%. But meanwhile, the bottom 20% in 1990, lots of them are in the top 10% today. The bottom 20% is a whole new group. It's almost like if you were going, and this is the way he put it, whereas if you were going, did you know that freshmen in college were the average age was 18 in 1980? And today, freshmen in college, the average age is still only 18. And that just shows you that freshmen haven't aged in all of these years. And you're like, well, no, that's not actually true. No, they've all aged. Literally all of them have aged. And this is a whole new crop. And so you're acting like these people, these minimum wage workers are kept down. But the truth is that the vast majority of them graduate out of that and develop skills and move up and up and up and up. For most people, for the overwhelming majority of people who work minimum wage jobs, it's a stepping stone to move up. And they need that because they come into it without a lot of skills. And so they need to get this job. Just imagine you're somebody who is has no skills, no education, nothing. The person that everyone really wants to help. Well, you go get a minimum wage job and you kick ass at that. And then you can fucking move up. And now, if nothing else, you have some job experience. You have something to put on a resume. You have an employer who will, write you a good letter of recommendation. Now maybe you can get something above minimum wage. So, but what do you do if you raise the minimum wage? What do you do if you say, hey, instead of $15 an hour, you got to pay that guy $25 an hour? What you do is deny a whole lot of those people who would have had an opportunity to get that job, the opportunity.